If you haven't gotten started investing yet, well, after watching this video, you will have no more excuse, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can buy an index fund and get started investing today. And if you already are investing, then good on you. Then you should share this video with someone that you know that hasn't gotten started investing so that they can have the tools and the knowledge that they need in order to get started today. In this video, we are going to first define what an index fund is, just so we're all on the same page. And then I'm going to give you 4 very popular index funds that you can invest in right now, for $0 of a trade fee. And more specifically, in this video, I'm going to be referring to actually ETFs. So ETFs are exchange traded funds, and they are basically like a mutual fund that trades more like a stock. So a traditional index fund is a mutual fund that tracks a market index, and that leads me into defining what an index fund is. And we'll just do that really quickly. So an index fund, as we define it here, is a mutual fund or exchange traded fund that automatically tracks a specified index and invests according to that index. So for example, if you have an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, then that index is going to have approximately 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the United States. And there are many different kinds of indexes, but more specifically, when I'm referring to an index fund, I'm talking about broad-based index funds. So those index funds that track indexes that are very large and cover a wide variety of securities. And specifically in this video, we are going to be focusing on ETFs, which are exchange traded funds. So they are kind of like mutual funds that trade more like a stock. So a mutual fund, when you buy and sell one of those, you are going to pay the ending price or the closing price at the end of the trading day. And so the mutual funds only trade once per day, whereas an ETF is going to be traded constantly throughout the day. And so the ETF is going to fluctuate in value very consistently based on the securities that it holds. And that's going to happen throughout the entire trading day, just like an individual stock would. And I have 4 very well-known ETFs that I'm going to share with you today. It just so happens that all of these ETFs are going to fall under the Vanguard group. So Vanguard is a very popular investment company that has very high reviews, and a lot of people love them to manage their investments. And these 4 ETFs I'm going to give you today, one of them is a total US stock market fund. The other is a total world stock market fund. One is a total bond market, and the last is a total international stock. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is the total US stock. So VTI is the symbol for it, and that is the Vanguard US stock market ETF. It has an expense ratio of 0.03%, which is very low, and that is very awesome. And it actually tracks what's known as the CRSP US Total Market Index. Okay, and then I'm going to show you all of these on how you can exactly buy them, but these are the ones I'm going to be referring to. After VTI, I have VT, which is the Vanguard Total World Stock Market Index. Okay, so this has a little bit higher of an expense ratio, but not by much. It is 0.08 expense, and it tracks the FTSE Global All Cap Index. So that is the actual index that this ETF is trying to mimic. Next, I have the BND, which is the Vanguard Total Bond Market ETF, and this one has a 0.035% expense ratio, and it tracks the Bloomberg Barclays Capital Aggregate Bond Index. And last but certainly not least, I have the VXUS, which is the Vanguard Total International Stock ETF. Okay, and its expense ratio is 0.08%, and it tracks the FTSE Global All Cap Index. Okay, so there's a reason why I'm mentioning these particular 4 ETFs. Now, it doesn't matter if you are comparing, really a Vanguard ETF, a Fidelity ETF, a iShares ETF, or whatever. It doesn't matter too much. Now, you do want to look at the expense ratio, and you do want to look at what index it is tracking, so you can get an accurate representation and a comparison between the 2 funds. But these are very well-known funds. These are all Vanguard funds, and they're highly regarded because these 4 ETFs can make up 2 very distinct portfolios that are great for index fund investors. So using the Vanguard Total World Stock Market Fund and the Vanguard Total Bond Market Fund, you can create a 2-fund portfolio where you have pretty much all the world stocks and all of the US's bonds. So you have a good portfolio of stocks and bonds. Or you can create a 3-fund portfolio where you have the Vanguard Total US Stock Market, the Vanguard Total International Stock Market, in the Vanguard Total Bond Market. So that allows you to, kind of put your US and your international stock market funds. You can allocate those a little bit differently than what you automatically get in the total world stock market fund. So with these 4 funds, you can see that you can create a 2-fund portfolio or a 3-fund portfolio, which are both great portfolios for individual investors that are looking to simplify their investments and yet get a pretty good return in the long run. And next, I'm going to show you how exactly you can invest in any one of these index funds or these ETFs. But before I move on to that, so far, if you are liking this video, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. I really do appreciate it. And consider subscribing to the channel and putting on that bell for notifications, because every single week I'm putting out information just like this about investing, about growing your net worth, about saving money. And currently I'm putting out new videos Tuesdays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'd love it if you click that subscribe button, and look forward to future videos. But now let's get back to step-by-step instructions on how you can get started investing in one of these ETFs today. So I'm going to walk you through actually investing on what's called SoFi. So SoFi is a relatively new platform where you can buy and sell individual stocks and ETFs. And you can actually invest starting with very little money, as low as $1, because you can buy what's known as fractional shares of an ETF. So all you're going to do is, once you create a SoFi account, you are going to go to the Invest tab, and then you are going to go to the side right here where it says Search Stocks, ETFs, and Crypto. And then you can enter in whichever ETF you are looking for. So you can't actually buy mutual funds on SoFi currently as I make this video, but you can do ETFs, which are, like I said, is basically the same thing except for they trade more like a stock. So let's try to find the VTI, which is the Vanguard US Total Stock Market Index. So if I go here and actually automatically click in there, you will see that VTI is actually the first thing that comes up for me because I already did these searches. You can just type in the ticker symbol, so you would type in VTI, and then you would see that the Vanguard US Stock Market Index ETF would come up. So you can go ahead and click on that. And on SoFi, it'll give you the breakdown on everything that you need to know. It has the chart from 1 day to 5 years of how this ETF has performed. And then on the top right, you can see that you can buy it right then and there, or you can make it a reoccurring purchase, which is what you would want to do if you wanted to dollar cost average. So I'm going to go ahead and click on add a reoccurring purchase. And then you can see that you can set up in different intervals. So I like to do mine in monthly intervals, so I would click the monthly, and I like to do it on the first, so I would select monthly. And then you can put in how much you want to invest every month. Let's just say you wanted to invest $1,000 every month into the ETF. And then you can see here where you can link up your bank account. I already have mine linked. It will be every month, and it will be $1,000. And then if you press the buy button, it'll set up that automatic investment. And honestly, it really is that simple to invest on SoFi. I really like their platform. It is very simple, very user-friendly, and they charge $0 in trade fees for you to make these trades. And at the same time, they allow you to do fractional shares. And that means that even if the price of the ETF costs $173, you don't have to have $173 to buy one share. You can invest with $1 and buy a fractional amount of that share. And so it makes investing super easy for anyone. No matter how much money you have, you can get started today. And they offer so much more than just an investment account. You can also open up an online bank account there, and they have no fees for their online bank accounts as well. And I actually have a referral code for you if you do want to consider signing up for SoFi, because if you do, you could possibly get an extra bonus of $25 or $50, depending on which account you open up. And depending on what their current promotions are, you can get anywhere from $25, maybe even to $50 just for free by opening up a new account and depositing a certain amount of money into that account just by using my referral code. And if you do so, let's say you had to deposit $500 and they give you $50 as a bonus. That means all you have to do is deposit $500 into your account, and then in a few weeks, however long their terms are, they will give you $50 for free. And if that happens, if you go through my referral code, I will also get $50 at the same time that you get $50. So by doing so, you can get some free money for yourself just by opening an account and depositing a little bit of money. Even if you're not ready to invest it just yet, you can get some free money, and it also helps me out, helps support this channel. So I really do appreciate it. Go to oncashflow.com/SoFi, and you can read everything about SoFi right there on my website. and see what kind of things that they can offer you. They can offer you a free online checking account, a free investment account, and they could possibly refinance your student loans for you. And with all of those, you can get a free amount of money if you complete just a small amount of easy steps. It costs nothing extra to you, and it helps me in the process. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. I'm Zach from uncashflow.com, and I hope to see you next time.